Angels have an urgent message for you. Your guardian angels are trying to tell you that certain people from your past who treated you badly are now startled and utterly stunned by your remarkable growth and change. While some of you are currently experiencing this change, others have transformed in ways they could never have imagined. It was completely unexpected. They failed to recognize your true potential, revealing their lack of awareness. They didn't appreciate you because of their narcissism, egotism, and hallucinations of grandeur. They thought you weren't important and treated you like garbage, demeaning you. Now, they have finally seen through your facade and are in utter disbelief. They perceive you as an incredibly strong entity. Your resilience, strength, and capacity for self-transformation are on full display. On multiple occasions, you have risen from the ashes like a phoenix. They may have actively sought to damage you in some instances, whether it be your reputation or your life. They might have taken more than just your money. They could have taken your time, energy, sanity, and even your energy itself. They may have sought to damage the bonds between you and your loved ones. Their envy is the root cause of all this. Whatever it is that you possess that they either lack or are unable to produce on their own, these people are dishonest and dishonorable because they steal from others. Unable to naturally amass such wealth, they can't help but be envious of your abundance of good fortune. It is off limits to them, and thus they believe it should also be off limits to you. These individuals are so naive and ill-informed that they think they deserve your possessions and behavior. Not only do these people mislead others, but they also mislead themselves. They justify smearing your reputation, destroying your life, or taking everything from you. Let's delve further. We hold the card known as the Seven of Swords. It seems we've stumbled onto a treasure map here. This person was always dependent on you and probably plotting something before they ever met you, a ruse to trick you, a way to steal your money, or something else entirely to satisfy their narcissistic needs. Incapable of producing or maintaining it for themselves, they must plunder the lives, stability, and riches of others. They bring a great deal of misery into their own life due to their low vibration and destructive nature. Nothing can be held together by them, and they'll go to great lengths to make your life unbearable until you can't take it anymore, all because they're envious of others who are getting their lives in order. The worst part is that they try to ruin all your hard work at the very end. This someone may have deceived you into thinking they were on your side by acting cooperatively with you. Looking at it from a higher angle, we can see that it was a karmic soul contract, but its purpose was to test your mettle to the limit so that you would discover your strength like never before. You are well aware of your ability to rebuild, as you have either restored or are now restoring all that was taken from you. You are also producing much more because your vibration is increasing. You are opening yourself up to additional opportunities to align with, manifest, and receive from the universe. Your innermost thoughts and feelings are visible to the cosmos, which recognizes your inherent kindness, compassion, empathy, and decency, knowing that you are deserving of more. As a result of your unwavering honesty, you will receive 10 times what was taken from you. The universe has witnessed this. The cosmos is aware of how this poisonous individual treated you like garbage, engrossed in their own subconscious illusions. They felt so good about themselves, deceiving you and thinking they could get away with it. But since they took away no useful knowledge, it was a waste of time. The key to success is learning from your mistakes. Life isn't changing or improving for these people because they don't learn anything and keep doing the same things over and over again. But for every empath they come into contact with, life changes dramatically. This is your ultimate victory, your tremendous transformation. The angels remark as they bend down, your heart is being strengthened. Acknowledging your value and authority is another benefit. Some of you empaths truly need to realize how valuable you are. You're so generous, loving, and compassionate. While I applaud your efforts, I also think you should prioritize learning to love and care for yourself. You may have felt guilty about it in the past, but now you know that it's okay to love and respect yourself. Set reasonable boundaries and learn to say no when you need to. While most of you have grown as a result of this ordeal, the poisonous narcissists have taken away absolutely no wisdom. They haven't changed a bit. They're still planning and manipulating their next victim in the same way. The Five of Wands is here. You are exhibiting healthy boundaries, much of this in you brought about by them. You are absolutely terrifying to narcissists since you have no physical flaws to them. Anyone who might come clean about who they really are poses a significant threat. They'll make a concerted effort to bring you down. Along with other narcissists, they frequently make promises to carry out their commands and accomplish their goals. They band together with other narcissists. As a result, they react violently when confronted by those they believe might expose their true nature. Their attempts to destroy your life or portray you as a bad person are proportional to the severity of the wrongs they have done to you. The fact that other people see you going through hell and coming back strongly suggests that the narcissist is treating you terribly, even while you're in the relationship and after it ends. They were instrumental in making you unbreakable because of the circumstances they set up. You were truly cornered. It seemed like you were stuck. They intended to ruin you from the ground up, smear your reputation, and all that jazz. You were truly cornered by that and countless other similar incidents. You had to stand up for yourself and speak your mind. It's not about getting even. In fact, I advise against it. If you do, they'll just draw you into their energy and playground where you won't be able to resist. Keeping your emotions in check is key to beating a narcissist. Maintain emotional stability and keep speaking your truth. I know it's easier said than done. Right now, they will attempt to intimidate you, surround you with a large group of people, and assure you that these are precious diamonds. However, it appears as though they are rounding up individuals armed with pitchforks. Poisonous individuals who seek solace in portraying themselves as good guys while you're the villain are another form of toxic people. They have tried so hard to improve their social standing, but it has backfired spectacularly because they have cornered you and can't tolerate the fact that they brought about their own downfall. The divine could see that you are always kind, so even when they feared you would crumble, you discovered your indestructible nature and were preserved. You are absolutely right, unstoppable love. You are the ultimate strength. Nothing exists apart from love. In fact, love is beneath everything. If what you said was true, then you became your own truth. That was not who you were. In fact, you were impervious to harm. You have come to terms with your inherent immortality and indestructibility. Therefore, they should be quite ashamed of themselves. They are absolutely taken aback. They have tested your mettle to the breaking point, and you are stronger for it. Now that you're expressing your true feelings, many of you are answering the call to serve others. Plus, they had no idea it was going to happen. They are presently in a state of shock. They get a glimpse of your true self. They can tell you're smart and that you have excellent eyesight. If you love God, type Amen in the comments. To receive God's divine protection, give $20 super thanks to support us. These individuals attempted to trap you in a web of deceit so that you would be unable to see through their manipulations and comprehend what was happening. All the while, they gaslighted you, used and abused you, frequently tried to intimidate you into becoming their slave, treated you like dirt, and did increasingly nice things to confuse you. Truthfully, they are so naive to believe they are better than you, yet their sense of power is illusory. This is deception, it is shadows. If you are an empath, all you have to do to make the darkness go away is turn on your light. The judgment card was your way out. These responsibilities were traditionally meant to be carried by you. All of these responsibilities were supposed to fall on you. Divine guidance is what it is. An overwhelming sense of insight was emanating from you. Some of you may have disregarded your gut feelings about this individual or organization at first, but the reality ultimately shone through the fog of misconceptions. Here we see the power of love, the power of God. You are loved by the cosmos, and they can perceive this unfairness. The universe could see the unfairness of this situation, including the fact that someone was taking control of your life and keeping you bound to this connection for an extended period of time. However, the cosmos was aware that its purpose was to provide you with the tools you needed to flee. To get out of there, you really had to rely on your own resources. They succeeded in making you become an independent thinker and doer, which is a fortunate turn of events for you, not them. It allowed you to break out of their control. You finally break down and declare, "I'm done." This toxic individual once expected you to shoulder all of their responsibilities. It was directing all its negative energy toward you, making you feel like a horrible person and that you're not making a difference. Their only action was to steal from you. But they anticipated you to be their slave, their servant, to bear the brunt of their threats, to be on guard at all times, to experience constant terror and a sense of impending disaster, and to endure unending expansion despite the weight of these worries. The evil you were harboring within was unfounded. They continued piling on these demands, these expectations, these completely unreasonable expectations until you could hardly take it anymore. Those of you who have had to flee have my deepest sympathies. If you are now experiencing this, you must devise a clandestine strategy for evasion. For me, it is like sneaking away at night when no one is looking. I am leaving all these burdens, all this pressure, and I am running away, you declare. While all you had was this little sailboat, the supernatural always leads you. Even when there's no light at the end of the tunnel, it feels like you're being led to liberation. You escaped via this road, even though it appears to be going in a different direction. You could never get away from this person. In their mind, their power is more like cowardice, intimidation, and acting irrationally, trying to make you handle everything while they act like a petulant child, and they thought they were brilliant. So you were helpless against them, and then you bolted. I can't believe it. Everything in it. A lot of you have been quietly preparing for this, or are doing so right now. And I'm telling you that you may have kept your pursuit of this person a secret until after you've left because you fear he'll find out. Even if you know the truth, and even then, be careful not to cause a commotion. However, vengeance is not the point. Remember that being authentic and speaking your truth will not happen overnight. It takes time for you to feel compelled to do so. Feeling confident in your abilities will take time. A lot of you are diving headfirst into this self-empowerment, and you're feeling amazing. So, this is the moon. You must take precautions to keep this individual from seeing your true power and identity. You had to build strong barriers around yourself. Even if you didn't realize it at the time, you knew on an innate level that you needed to put up barriers, wear masks, and be careful. Perhaps you felt pressured to fit in with this person's expectations, and that's how they perceived you. They mistook your apparent ability to maintain harmony for a lack of emotional investment in the matter at hand. To them, it seemed like you were hiding their true selves from view by stating, "Jump into the fire" or "jump off the cliff." They believed they might convince you to leap when told to jump. You would have to specify the height. However, it was merely a game. That is the reason behind their intense hatred for you. Yet, they were utterly content with their delusion. For your own protection, some of you pretended to be someone else and played along with their plans until you mustered the courage to flee. Astonishment was the result. They honestly believed you were a submissive individual who was blind to reality. It was impossible to spot them. It was impossible to tell when they weren't smiling affectionately at you, since every time they did, it was obvious. It was actually their haughty, self-satisfied laughter, as they secretly thought they had duped you. Still, you managed to avoid this. Here they are attempting to pilfer all your possessions. Divination card number 10 of Pentacles. This is the main reason why they were drawn to you. It goes beyond money, though that may have been a factor for some. The brightness, vitality, and caring spirit that radiates from you entice them. These folks, they're looking for care and attention. They long for the days of being a helpless infant, and you will be there to restore their broken pieces and console them, assuring them, "Oh, it's okay, I understand." This is their ideal, to have someone who will love them unconditionally, regardless of how awful or immature they act, even when they steal from you. Now, I see the light of the sun. For this individual or this collective sitting there, it has truly been enlightening. Their thoughts are exploding with the realization that they have been duped and cheated, as if their crown chakra has opened. They were mistaken about their intelligence level. They exaggerate their authority and influence. They may not be aware of it themselves, but everyone else sees through their cowardice and use of threats, manipulation, and other juvenile tactics to keep you as their slave. Outsiders perceive them exactly as they are. If you love God, type Amen in the comments. To receive God's divine protection, give $20 super thanks to support us. They have let their true colors show to the world in their attempt to damage your reputation. Everything about you has transformed. Now that they perceive you as a threat, they are observing your metamorphosis. Not because you pose any kind of danger to them, but simply because there is something intrinsically terrifying about you being in your limitless power, shining your light, and speaking your truth. They hope you would never know your true identity. Even though they didn't know your specific identity, they could tell that you are a wonderful person and that you radiate an abundance of light. It dawned on them. Your power went unnoticed by them. They saw your generosity as a flaw. However, they were aware that you are a radiant source of energy that they might harness, and they were keen to keep this fact from you. This is why they would have continually attempted to make you carry more and more of those heavy wands, gaslighting you, being extremely chaotic, creating drama, and juggling a lot of things all in an effort to distract you, keep you in a state of fear and uncertainty about what's to come, and make you feel like the ground is really unstable. This was all an elaborate ruse to divert your attention away from the obvious that you were rightfully entitled to far better treatment the entire time, and that they were dependent on you. However, the divine light and God Himself entered your life to reawaken you, and now they see your metamorphosis. The kindness and grace of your truth are what make them jealous. They desired that you serve them, that's for sure. They were against you breaking free since they could see that you are a caring, generous, open-hearted, and loving person. They wanted you to remain in that protective cocoon, so to speak, and remain under their control, and they truly believe. How dare you learn the truth about them, about yourself? How dare you love yourself? How dare you set healthy boundaries? How dare you essentially have human rights and escape from me? It's as if they truly believe you should be at their disposal. With any luck, listen, you felt like there was no hope. They were attempting to keep you in the dark. Their goal was to keep you mired in despair and enslavement. But see, the blindfold is beginning to rise, and your vision is beginning to improve. Faith was being restored. Some of you may have felt a deep connection to a soul family when this Two of Cups appeared, someone who truly appreciates you, who recognizes your truth, who may be a guiding light in your life or a ray of hope, someone who could have entered your life for some of you. On the other hand, something may have transpired that has made a glimmer of hope appear so that you may remove the blindfold. Your prayers have been heard, truth could be revealed to you. Resilience is being restored. Having self-awareness, they were opposed to this. They did all in their power to keep you from recognizing your truth and embracing your unique empowerment. That was a bust. Continued stability, as far as I can tell, is actually trying to convey the idea that the consistent truth was growing louder inside many of you. You knew this in your heart. You began to question your own intuition when you realized that this individual had been manipulating you into questioning your judgment, your gut feelings, and your intuition. You never lost touch with your innate wisdom, and it only grew stronger with time. An individual's haughtiness, malice, and abusive nature become more apparent the more they believe you are bound to them, that you have no chance of escaping, and that you will never be able to break free. It was more noticeable. Nonetheless, in the end, it was because they believed you were so naive that they could let their guard down a little more as they played along. But the truth is that it was merely making this person's wicked, toxic, emotionally and psychologically unstable nature more apparent to you, and you come to the realization that this isn't your burden to bear. You just returned all of this garbage to the original owner. A lot of people felt that way. It was possible that you may have abandoned them in a precarious position. Even after stealing £1 million, these criminals still managed to get into a mountain of debt and go bankrupt within a month. Since it is not in harmony with their energy, they are unable to hold on to wealth. Because of this, they are always stealing from people, but they do it in different ways. They won't be able to hold on to it. Therefore, they still received zero benefits despite all the help you extended to them. It was the problem to solve. Even though you escaped and put them in a tough spot, they exude an air of superiority. Their sense of entitlement is so strong that they ask questions such as, "How dare you abandon me in this difficult situation?" However, they did little to ensure their own security or prosperity. They clung to you tightly because of this. Because they were unable or unwilling to establish their own stability, they relied on you and sought to undermine yours. Because you were so terrible and put them in a terrible position, they attempted to ruin your life so that you would return. However, it was entirely their idea. Thus, the letter these might be several things. Perhaps this individual attempted to smear your reputation by sending threatening letters or papers to other individuals, either online or in the mail. Their persistence in attempting theft from you, even while you were away, suggests a form of blackmail. People are thinking, "Oh, during those times when I was pretending to be really nice and kind and caring and you opened up to me, I saved all of that information. And I'm going to send this information out to everyone that you know if you don't continue to provide for me in some kind of way." However, everyone is aware. Someone or some individuals are so incredibly naive that they're making up stories about you that don't make any sense and are completely off base. When you keep your emotions in check, you're better able to remain in your truth and not respond. Their efforts to undermine you are truly heartbreaking. For them, it's a matter of survival. You're pitted against them. In particular, if they have done a lot of things and are embarrassed about it, They will smear your reputation even more and claim credit where credit is due. What a remarkable adventure you have had. It is a fantastic trip. When you reach a place of profound healing, no, I don't mean it in the sense that it was fantastic. Rather, I mean that it is a remarkable journey in which you are healing, growing, gaining understanding, being resilient, and staying on track. They have no idea how obstinate you can be. And I mean that in a good sense, like when you refuse to let these dimwits ruin your life. People who fail to make any sense will not be able to derail you from your journey, bring you misery, or damage your emotional or mental well-being. Well, it's simply not going to happen. If you love God, type Amen in the comments. To receive God's divine protection, give $20 super thanks to support us. The positive tenacity within you says, now you're in for another surprise if you think your idiocy is going to impact me in response to the obvious idiocy of these people. Being strong is a result. Leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe if you found this reading meaningful. When it comes to the algorithm, that will be a huge assistance. Joining me here, I am incredibly grateful. Observe caution. Bye.